All right. We should be live on YouTube right about now. It's showtime, folks. Welcome to the PCP Podcast. Yours truly, Southern Tigger. To my left, I've got the beautiful Athena, my better half. And down in corner over here, I got my co-host tonight. I am Fantastic. And right below me, we have Bomber. Say hello, Bomber.
Hi.
Kim. And somewhere in there, there's a Khaleesi.
Yes. Hi.
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 She's had a rough week.
Okay.
Okay.
So, before we get started tonight, I'm going to make a little brief announcement. So I'm going to pull myself up on the full screen here for just 1 minute. So, tonight, I wanted to do this gathering of the Mod Squad for a couple of reasons. The first being that ever since I joined TikTok last year, I stumbled in on Toby's live and pretty much felt like home. And part of that is because of the mods. They took me in and hush, y'all. I'm trying to talk here. They took me in, told me what I needed to know, like they try to do for everybody else, though hardly anybody else listens. Can one of you shoot, Tam, can you shoot Tony the invite code, please? He's asking for that in the chat. The mods, I think, are the best on TikTok. We've heard Toby say that, and I think it's true. And they are very underappreciated. So I wanted to show the mods tonight. Instead of Toby being the star of the show, I wanted the mods to be the star of the show tonight. So this is going to be about them. We're going to get to know the mods, the Mod Squad, and give you guys a chance to find out who they are. Now, the second portion of the show is going to be actually about Toby. And it's going to be two parts, really. And this is me talking to you directly, Toby. You have brought so much into my life, and I know you have into the mods. And I think I could probably say that, and I'm sure the mods will agree with this. If not, they'll probably leave or tell me I'm wrong. They can do that too. That they wouldn't be the Mod Squad without you. So I know the next month or so is going to be pretty rough for you, for your traveling and with other things that are going on. But we want to let you know that we're here for you. So we're going to be telling you the reasons that we fell in love with you, bud. I know you don't like to hear those things sometimes, but you're going to have to sit there and listen. Whether you want to or not, because if you don't listen now, we're going to tie you down to a chair and make you listen at some point. But we're also going to tell some funny jokes about you. And, well, you're going to have to sit and listen to them too. So that's my spiel, what I wanted to get out at the beginning. So now me and Tam are going to have a little bit of fun because we're going to introduce and let you guys know and get to know the rest of the Mod Squad. All right, now I'll shut up and let's get into this. We do have one other person waiting in the back, but she, for some reason, does not have her devices connected to Heart and Soul. So you need to get that figured out. But I'm going to pop a few things up here on the screen for us, too. The mods are amazing. They are the best.
We try.
Not sure how they do what they do. Super mods. Agree with all of it.
Called alcohol.
No, I think it's called nachos, isn't it?
Nachos.
Lots of nuts.
Nachos.
Oh, okay. While we're here on the story of nachos for a second, Khaleesi, Bomber,
Yes.
gotta bring it up.
Your cheesecake?
Cheesecake. So, you two rascals got me to eat an entire cheesecake that night.
I did not twist your arm.
No, you
Ow,
didn't.
ow, ow, ow.
No, you didn't twist my arm, and by the way, I do have the recipe for the fireball cheesecake, so I'll be making them and bringing them to the reunion.
I am here for it.
So we're good there.
I'm going to need a driver.
Well, you'll have a couple of days to recover, Tam. So
That's the whole purpose of camping.
yeah, not going anywhere.
You wake up whenever.
Yep.
Or when Toby wakes you up
With a squeaking chicken.
with a squeaking chicken.
I'm
And
sorry, a squeaking cock.
I said what I said.
And,
Oh, look at
Hi,
here. We have
Tony.
somebody that's flown over from the UK. Hello, Mr.
Hi,
Fallen
Tony.
Angel.
There he is. Can we hear him?
All right, so let's get started here. Tam,
Yes.
pick a mod.
Pick a mod.
Yeah.
All right. I pick Khaleesi.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that.
Trouble attracts to trouble. That's just how that works.
Right. Okay.
And what am I doing?
Well, you said you had questions.
Oh, yes, I do have questions. Khaleesi, what is the most annoying thing someone does in a live? Or what I should say, what is the most annoying thing you think they do in a live?
Other than emoji spamming,
Other than emoji spamming.
the constant same question over and over and over and over and over.
Yes,
It's like,
that is true.
dude, we see you. Calm yourself.
Yes. Yes. I will agree.
Okay. Sorry. Trying to read the comments. I don't have my glasses on.
Nita.
Nita saying hello to Tony.
Hi, Nita.
Yeah, so I think Khaleesi's right. Kim, what do you think? What is the most annoying thing that you think happens?
I would say they're repeating themselves to try and get noticed.
Yep.
Or sometimes they seem like they're purposefully being super needy
Or rude.
or rude.
Rude comments get me.
You know,
The
you
mom
shouldn't
comes out.
smoke. I'm like, he's
Okay,
40,
Tyler.
45, 46. How old is he? 45. 45 years old.
Did you just really ask how old he is?
Well, it's not like we don't say it 400 times a day, but sometimes you forget.
Well, actually, we haven't had to say how old he is in a while.
No. I'm always having to remember if it's the marriage. If it's 22 or 23 years, I always get it wrong.
Lord, I'm going to have to tell him you guys need to take a test every now and then to keep your mod qualifications.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd still be mods if we had to do that.
No, I don't think so either.
He knows exactly what we'd say.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Get fucked.
Get fucked, stay fucked.
I think Jennifer here has the right question.
What's the spinning thing?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So-
that's me too.
repeat
Bio.
repeat questions are tough because he is so popular that we have new people coming in all the time. So I try not to get annoyed about that. I also have OCD. So what happens is I keep an eye on who comes in and you start to know the names. My annoyance is when a certain person comes in live after live after live
They
and
know
asks the same question that we know they already know.
Yeah.
And it's just to try to get attention. And, I would say that's my biggest pet peeve besides people trying to start a fight. Cause then that's when trigger finger kicks in and I'm all in to kill someone.
Tam, they're saying in the chat that you're a little bit on the
On the loud side? Oh, imagine that.
Yeah.
One moment, please. We'll try that again.
There you go.
How loud? Never.
Never. Oops, fell out. I will keep the voice down.
What about you, Tony? What's the thing that gets to you during the lives?
I'd say most of it. I have to agree with the rest of these. It's always the same ones. Like when somebody completely keeps repeating it over and over and over again, like the same questions and everything else. It's just, it gets so annoying, and especially when you, like with us, especially some of us that are mute button. It's kind of a little frustrating because it's like you sometimes, especially like the problems that we get and the problems that we've been having recently with us being in the UK, when we've been coming into your chats or into your lives, we're not being able to comment. You're not seeing our comments. So other people can, but then we struggle. And with only 2 of us being outside America as the mod squad, it's harder for us when you've got like 137 of us in that one chat from the UK following Toby, and you've only got me and Shanu actually watching, constantly watching the live all the time. And it does play with your eyes.
Yeah. We're hoping that glitch has been corrected.
Just to make sure that nobody's making it. Yeah, well, it happened the other night as well for us in quite a few other people's lives.
Yeah, it seems to be an on and off problem we've had for a few months now. Yeah.
Well, Heart and Soul has decided to join us.
Yeah, it was a glitch in the Matrix.
Welcome.
The Glamazon mod.
Yes. We all
So,
have
Bomber, what is it like having to live with Khaleesi and Kim?
He's going to have to be seriously careful with his words.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Did I kill you, Bomber?
Feel good. I gotta be very careful because I'll probably not survive. Unpredictable. That's the most I can say is unpredictable, and we're constantly having pretty.
I can't figure answer that question. Like more than the average person, we legitimately laugh a lot.
If you said the wrong thing, I have this that you can borrow, Kim.
Yeah.
She's got an actual metal one that
Bomber, blink twice if you're in trouble.
No, honestly, it's we have a good time, we're each other's shoulder.
Yes.
So, we get along pretty good. So.
Ohio has the most mods. Don't forget, Wrath is also about what, half hour from you guys? Hour?
Mhm.
Yeah, roughly. A little more than that, maybe like 45 minutes.
So on any given weekend, you could have 4 mods in one house.
Yeah, which we have. And we've had Allie here with Wrath, and
Yeah.
And you even had Miss Leanne over a year ago before COVID, right? Didn't Miss Leanne come to visit too?
Yeah,
Last summer we had
Yeah.
Lacey, Miss Ann, Allie, Hart, Night Sky. Who am I missing? Missing someone. Smiles.
Smiles. But she's not a mod.
She's not a mod, but Night Sky is one of Angel's mods.
Yeah.
So Michelle wanted to know who we are missing here.
we're
Who are we missing?
We're missing a fun size.
Allie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well,
missing
missing
Allie. Allie is actually at Angels tonight. They're taking care of chickens. Shanu could not be here. She had another commitment. And Lady Raven was having some technical difficulties and she was going to try to watch.
Oh, okay.
And Missy Ann was not able to be here. She had some family stuff going on.
Ah, and Wrath was.
And Rat's son's birthday's today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we get what we get. We got who we got. We're good where we're good. Heart and Soul, got one for you.
Oh, great. Bring it.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit more about Candid Studios.
Oh, Candid Heart Studios. So I am a makeup artist and hair. I do makeup and hair for Candid Heart Studios. We are a mainly boudoir photography company.
And they're hot.
We do different events. We just did the Roaring 20s shoot today. It was awesome. Had a fun time. Have another shoot tomorrow. Most of my weekends, I'm busy during the day. I have photo shoots.
Okay.
So I get to travel, get to work with models, get to work with other clients, people that have never done boudoir before, and it's amazing. I love my job.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see. I'm hearing chickens. Why am I hearing chickens? This
Because
is
they
not
have chickens
Toby's live.
now. They
This is
have
not-
chickens now.
This is not Toby's live.
Two of them.
This is my podcast.
Well, yeah, no, it's Chicken Cast.
Chicken nugget doesn't squirm as much.
This is chicken
Hi,
nugget.
Chicken Nugget. Hi.
Mhm. All right, they can stay too.
This is Drogon. I said what I said.
I don't think you'd have a
And
choice,
for those
to be
interested, we
fair.
are on TikTok too. My boss runs the TikTok page, and it's Candid Heart Studio all together.
I know.
Okay. Well, make sure I actually follow both. I added you both on there, so I try to excuse me, push that out when I can whenever I see new stuff come out there. So hopefully that'll get you some work, because I know
Yeah.
work is a good thing.
Oh.
So I actually have a bone to pick right now, and I don't want to drop it, but Kim,
I didn't do it.
I know that's
I know
the problem.
I spin art.
Exactly. You owe me spin art. You haven't done it. Where
I
is
know
my
I'm
spin art?
working 50 hours a week, and we're starting another business.
Yep.
So it's been really, really, really crazy.
Possibly by the reunion, you think? By
Oh,
September?
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now that the
Okay.
weather's actually drying out, fingers crossed, it'll downpour tomorrow. I just know it.
Okay.
We'll get some
What is-
serious storm front come through Cleveland.
Well, it
I've
wouldn't
been
surprise
waiting
me.
for that because I can't do it in the garage with Grunt in there. I used to be able to before we had him,
Yeah.
but because he's in the garage, we can't open the garage door. I can't do it in there. He'll be covered in paint. So
Yeah, I don't think it'd be good to paint Grunt.
But yes, I know I owe you spin art.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, at
cute
least
chickens.
bring it to you. Bring it to me at the reunion then. I've only waited a year for it.
That was November.
No, it was October.
Don't help. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Do you want a place to live?
But I got chicken.
All right, Tam, you got more questions?
Yes. Let's think about. Let me think about my bomber.
Yeah,
What do you like to do when you're not working, taking care of the kids, or moderating?
Oh, I know.
Well, my first
Or
profession
dressing in drag.
that I was going to try to do was lighting design. I spent a good chunk of my college years doing that, and also worked for a couple of production companies doing lighting design and doing rock shows and the occasional conference to do lights for it. A couple of what is that old pyramid scheme thing? Remember
Amway.
I did an Amway convention where I wanted to go out to my 24-foot trucks, wrap my lips around the exhaust pipe, and just start inhaling until I started the vehicle. Because I had to sit there for 4 hours and turn lights on and off and listen to the rhetoric of an Amway convention.
That sounds awesome.
I must have
That sounds like
pissed.
a roaring
I must have pissed my boss off doing something. I don't know, but so I dabble in that. When I'm not doing stuff, I like to play with lights. But besides that, I'll go shooting.
Catching your child on fire outside.
Catching my children on fire outside by the fire pit.
Accidentally.
It builds character.
It was
only just his pants. He's fine.
YouTube, he is just joking. Please do not take my life away from me.
No children were hurt.
Yeah.
He has a new hobby now.
I now have a new hobby. I am hobby. I am now an official chicken farmer. We have 6 chickens now.
You need chicken farmer boots.
And
Yes, he does. And while we're talking chickens, everybody wants to know what kind of chicken. So can you answer that? Because if I see it, I can't mute these people, so they're driving me crazy.
3 of them are They're called Jersey Giants.
The black ones are Jersey Giants.
Yeah, the black ones are Jersey Giants, and the other ones are Wells Summers.
Yep.
They're all female. We don't want more.
We don't need to be woke up any earlier than we already get woke up by children.
Yes.
Listen.
Fair enough.
So we just got them today. They twisted my arm really hard. I mean,
There's a TikTok.
it was like, like that. And I said, okay, fine.
I pulled you.
But he didn't let me get duckies.
Yeah, no duckies yet.
Duckies
but-
are nice.
And then we are starting a new business. We are going to start a t-shirt design company. It's called Out Loud Originals. Site's coming soon. You can order shirts on the site, and we'll do custom orders. So that'll be coming soon. There'll be some TikToks about that soon. And there will also be probably a TikTok page dedicated to that. So, and it's going to be pretty much our main focus is inspirational shirts and funny. And basically,
We're saying what you're thinking.
yeah, if your brain could talk out loud without a filter,
It would be on a t-shirt.
it's going to be on a t-shirt.
Not my brain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
I found so many coffee things for you.
Okay.
I mean,
I've come across these boxers.
there might be a line of boxers soon. Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Tony, sitting down there being all quiet. We're going to pull you in here for a second, bud. You, my friend, are probably one of the most artistic people I have seen on TikTok. Between your guitar playing, your dancing, your drawing, you, sir, are amazing. I know I say it on every one of your videos, and it's true, because what you do just blows my mind.
He's our triple threat mod.
He is.
Yes.
I mean, my hat is off to you, sir. Where did you learn all of this?
Oh dear.
Everybody, can you mute? Because Tony's hard to hear. Did we lose him? Can't hear him. He's checking his stuff. The joys of internet. Yes, please hold. We're having technical difficulties. Do 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 do.
There we go. Is that any
Oh,
better?
we got you. A little bit. Yep.
Is that any better? Cool. Well, basically, like I said, I started at school drawing, and then from there I went to university just before I joined the army, or started university. And while I was in the army, I was able to continue my studies. Been just basically an artist, but I was also doing sign writing and stuff like that for the British Army as a spare hobby on the side, regimental posters and stuff. And at the same time, I managed to walk away with an art master's degree. So ever since then, I've just constantly, when I've had a bit of free time myself, I've constantly just done what I've done. As you can see, there's a few examples in the background. Then I took up playing the guitar. When I left the army, I became a head chef, fully qualified head chef, worked my way up and became a head chef. So that's kind of my job. Like I said, it's just the more I practice, the better it becomes. And when I do logo designs for people, some work, some don't, but I enjoy doing it. And as long as I enjoy doing it, and I can make people smile and laugh and enjoy the work that I've done, I feel good. So, and I've done it for ever since I could pick up a pen, really. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. I forgot the
Man,
chef part.
I didn't even know about the chef part. I mean,
I did. I
that blows
forgot.
my- that just blows my mind.
Quadruple threat.
Yeah, I mean, your artwork alone, like I said, when you put that video up the other day about talking about if you were going to leave, I'm like, no, that's not happening.
We
No,
don't
it
want to
was-
leave.
it
He
was-
tries.
I actually, the way that I'd done it, I wanted to actually see if anybody would actually read it properly. But obviously, everybody assumed that I was going to delete my account, but it wasn't. I wanted to see if they could actually understand the first two parts of that, the line of the actual video itself. Because I knew in 5 minutes I wasn't going to get that many views. So it wasn't intentionally meant to say that I would be leaving.
Well, as we always joke, and Tony knows this, we joke about him that Tony writes like he's drunk even when he's sober, so we never know what he's saying.
Yeah. Even when I'm drunk, I still can't write properly. I can't even.
Bomber, unmute yourself because you guys are doing something bad. I can tell.
What?
Doesn't matter.
I said you guys look like you're doing something bad.
Uh-oh.
We're reading comments.
We're doing this on my phone, so we have to like switch over to the comments and then come back.
Gotcha.
Next,
Who said we're all taller than Toby? Because that's a lie.
Yeah.
Kim's
Allie is
not.
not taller than Toby. Kim is not taller than Toby.
And
No.
Allie certainly is not.
I'm taller than
I think I am either. I'm 5.
over his shoulder.
Hearts definitely.
I'm definitely taller than Toby.
Heart's
I'm
taller
s-
than everybody.
Art and
I'm
I
6'3", so I'm definitely taller than Toby.
Toby's 5'6", right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 5'5", so yeah, I'm not taller than Toby.
And I'm 6 feet.
Yeah, Heart's 6 foot.
Art and I are the closest in height.
She's our tree. She's our glam. She's our glamazon tree.
I know I'm definitely taller than Toby.
Yes, we know you're taller, Tony, for sure.
I'm like 5'10".
Yep, you're taller.
He's only an inch taller than me.
Yeah.
So what's everybody's favorite thing about being a mod?
You guys.
The behind the scenes conversation.
The family aspect of it too.
Yeah.
The family aspect,
That
yeah.
just
Us ganging up on Toby.
always
True.
constantly
Me putting him in timeout. It's a good time.
with the tone.
There's definitely been a lot of times that we've conspired behind the scenes to just mess with Toby in the live. And I mean, we've even to the point of pulling in other accounts that we have and going into his live.
Oh, how many times did I get muted and booted?
She used my account, one of my other accounts, and got muted 4 times and booted twice
By Toby.
by Toby himself because
I was live and I told him he was raining on my parade. He said, "Fuck you, Khaleesi."
But yeah, it's all like a big family atmosphere. I mean, we definitely don't pull any punches when it comes to like us talking to each other. I mean, there's been times. How many times do we swear about Grimlock?
It's been several. Early on, not recently.
Hasn't been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
A minute. By no means is that a challenge, though. By the way,
You don't win. You just don't win. So
It's kind of like Bones coming in and trying to act a fool.
Mute.
Mute. Bones gets muted automatically in every single one of our lives.
and he's one of like Toby's good friends, but it's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Zero-
our good friend too.
doesn't matter.
You know, it's a thing.
Okay.
His girlfriend, however, can stay in the live as long as she wants. We just mute him.
Yeah, I poked a little fun today at Bones, and he kind of actually wrote back on that video, and he was like, "Oh, that was funny."
He has a good sense of humor.
He does. Yeah, that's okay. They're always in the way.
He does. No, I agree. I think the background discussions that we have is probably one of the more fun aspects of it.
Yes. Tam falling asleep on house party and snoring. That's always great.
I go down in infamy. Hey,
I don't
My
think
dog
I'm going to
fell
leave that one
asleep
down.
on myself.
He's not in the garage did too.
Yep.
Yeah.
lesson learned. I'll never do it again.
I only videotaped it because I knew what he was going to do, and then I put it in the mod chat and let Pam see how she felt with it.
How frustrated do we get with Juggy? So we don't really want to bash any individual person that comes into the lives. I understand that people get frustrated with certain people, and we take care of it, and that's all we're going to say about that.
And there's rules, so we only have so much freedom. It's not an angel live where we give free reign.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Toby has, like,
Toby's
final
very
say
strict
in all of it.
Rules.
Yeah.
That's why I get in trouble a lot, because I just ask for forgiveness.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
Sometimes. Sometimes we make executive decisions as a mod group. We go behind the scenes because sometimes
When
he
he
does
looks
something.
away, we're muting this person.
Oh, all bets are off if he's not paying attention.
Right. Right.
Saying. Like, that's the thing.
It takes a lot to get on our nerves
Mm-hmm.
as mods, especially of his.
Right.
So if the mods are ready to rip their hair out, he's being really nice and generous.
You can tell when the mods are at their peak as amount of times they say nachos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also think sometimes we're frustrated.
Like, we're done.
And I think sometimes he can be like in a really happy, forgiving mood where like something that would normally annoy him and we would normally mute, for whatever reason on that night, the nachos just hit him the right way and he's not bothered by it. So
Oh,
we're
no.
just like this because he won't just do it.
Tantrum night.
Yeah.
We came up with that saying for a reason.
Yes.
He's known for his passion tantrums.
And here's the thing too: we don't just automatically mute you. We give you several warnings before it happens. None of us have just gone, oh, we don't like you, mute. We're like,
and it's also like
not doing that.
3 per person. If we're all giving you a warning, we're not watching how many warnings you got. We give you a warning per person. And if it gets to like 12, you're bye. Sorry.
Yeah.
And don't argue with a mod, because I will tell you this: we will take a lot. Like, I don't. If someone's attacking me because of something, I'm fine, but they're not, and you'll be out in 2 seconds if you talk smack to me, and I'll do the same. You can say what you want to me, but if you say it to Khaleesi, to Tony, to Bomber, to Kim, or her, I will tam-tastic your ass right out the door.
Well, and I'll tell you what, and then if Toby sees it,
No.
you're gone, period.
You're
Bye.
for life. You're not
Yeah.
coming. Don't
Yeah.
attack ones. They're the best.
Yeah.
Don't you know who they are?
And that's where,
What, Tony?
and that's basically where the red light came into play.
Yes, the hockey light. Yep.
Correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Brooked, and then you get
People get frustrated. The newer people don't understand the whole caps thing, because, like, especially if you're someone who's good with computers, you assume caps is yelling.
Yeah.
So most people think we're yelling, and we have to explain it. So we'll explain it, but then if you still give us attitude after we've explained why we do what we do, then bye-bye. I've only been muted one time until that was Bomber.
Pretty sure you asked for that. You volunteered. I know Raph volunteered before he became
he volunteered to be Brooke.
Yeah, he volunteered
So
to
he
see
knew
what
what
could happen.
purgatory
Yeah, he wanted to see what purgatory was like, and he
Yes,
was
they are.
with open arms.
Okay, so Nita brings
Yes,
up
they
our
are.
next point of topic here. So we all have our Toby stories. And one of the things that I wanted to do tonight was to talk about Toby and the things that each of us, basically how we fell in love with Toby, not in a romantic way, but what happened. Bomber, don't get excited. Because I know the reunion's coming up and you're waiting for the kiss, so just wait on it.
Richie
You gotta-
told me
Come
last year,
back,
I'm just
kid.
saying.
He's already kissed Toby, so this is the comeback kiss.
Okay, so kiss number 2. But yeah, so I'll start with my story, and for this I'm going to pop everybody up into the main window for each of their stories here. So for me, the very first live of his that I went into, it was kind of strange because it was a follow live, and it was an amazing experience because I think everybody in here, well, I know the mods have obviously, but I think pretty much everybody in the chat has too, but if not, then you get going through the live and Toby says everybody thinks he's a asshole for it, but you get through that part and then you get to the part that we can't talk about. I'm not Michelle. Don't worry about it. I see your comment. I'm not giving any secrets away. We don't talk about what happens then. But what got to me was because of what happened during that portion. And not because it was just of what happened. It was a circumstance and time. I was sitting here at home by myself with the dog because Athena was actually in New York. Her mother had passed away the day before. And I wasn't able to go up there with her. So I was in a pretty dark place myself. I was having to sit here and I couldn't be with her. And what happened during that 4-hour time frame was something that was nothing short of magical, because it took me from being in a very not good place into a place where that I felt like things were going to get better. And I needed that. And ever since then, it seems like whenever I get that down feeling, there's certain people's videos that pop up, strangely enough, when I need them. And Toby's is one of them. And I've talked to Toby through Instagram. And he did threaten to kill me at one point for threatening to send gift cards to Tractor Supply to Angel. But we've talked about some things, and I honestly think that he's going to hate to hear this because he doesn't believe, but in my mind, Toby's a godsend. There is a lot of people out there that have fallen in love with him, have followed him for the wrong reasons. They want the pan shots. They want the Angel hitting him. But they haven't taken the time to get to know Toby the way we have. And if they did, they would see the amazing man that he is. And that Angel is, well, an angel. But Angel's a whole nother show that we're going to do. So that's my story. That's when I became part of Toby's army. And that's when I became part of this family. So that's me. Now we're going to see if we can pop Tam into
The hot
the
seat.
big screen. Yeah.
The
There
big
we go.
school. Hello. So mine is a little different. I joined TikTok a few months after he did, actually, and he was my second follow that I ever followed on TikTok. And I've been with him since the early days where we had like the coffee morning lives and things were a lot quieter and not so crazy. But the reason that I got so connected over time was I joined during a really tough time in my life. And I was just looking for a place to sort of escape. And every time, when I go through stuff, it just hits me really hard. I take things really difficultly. And I was in a live one day and someone was asking him how he deals with all of the things that he saw and dealt with while he was in the military. And he just matter of factly was like, you can't go by what I say because I handle things differently. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep going. You just, you gotta just put on your big boy pants and get it done. And it, for whatever reason, changed me on that day. And I was following him for a super long time, and we would talk sporadically here and there. I mean, we weren't by any means close. We just kind of kept in touch. We would duet each other. And then I don't even know how long it's been now. But one day I just popped in the live and he said, "Oh, this is long overdue." And then the next thing I know, it said moderator next to my name. And I had zero idea what that was going to do. And what it did was basically change my life. I had really hoped to find like a group of people that I could have like as a family here. And I just struggled. I just didn't find my niche. I just didn't. And, it was okay. I still enjoyed my sort of, intermittent, talks with people and stuff. But he literally said, "Oh, this is long overdue." Turned me into a moderator. The next thing I know, my Snapchat's blowing up, my Instagram's blowing up. And now I have all these brothers and sisters. And these guys have been amazing because I've been going through some stuff the past year and they've been with me all the way. So I fell in love with Toby because of his content. I fell in love with Toby because of his message. And then I fell in love with Toby all over again because he gave me a family that I never had. And that's why.
Awesome. All right. Now we jump over to Hard.
Your hair's so pretty.
Thank you. So I was actually on the app when it was Musical.ly. I had a Musical.ly account way before it became TikTok. It was connected to an old phone device. I got rid of that phone and got a new one. There go. My account was lost. I started a brand new one. Back then, I didn't know about following people. I was just making content because I wanted to, and it was fun. And like, I love music and I love bands, and I would just pour my heart out and sing and do all that fun stuff. And I met Toby right when he started his TikTok. And the first time we actually connected was when, well, I started following him before that, and his content was great. He was doing such goofy, fun, happy stuff. And we started, following. I followed him first, but he started doing more lives, and I started popping in, and, they were great. And he was just so different than everybody else's live. Like, you would pop into other people's lives and they'd be playing video games and not paying attention to like who's in the chat, and just wanting money and all this stuff. And Toby was just like very focused on the chat and who you were and getting to know you. And way back when he first started, he was doing his follow for follow lives where he would pick random people, and we bonded. He has his autism tattoos. I have a son that has autism, and we kind of connected through that. And then he started shouting me out when he was doing his follow for follow. I went from less than 300 to over 800 in like 2 weeks. And then going further than that, it's actually kind of monumental. And I did, if you go way, way back, like you'd have to go way back in my TikToks, but I actually hit 1,000 followers on my son's birthday. And that year, Toby duetted my son and I, and he's like, if you make a video, I will duet it. And I used an autism song, and he did it exactly as he said he would. And it was amazing. And then my son got to watch it on his birthday, which was even better. So it just continued from there. Like, I'd just pop in his lives. He used to pop in mine when I would do morning lives. And then he started doing morning lives, and we just keep going back and forth. He would pop in and say hi, and when he was at work, and, just talk for a couple minutes and say, I got to go, and, keep doing the same thing. And, we just got closer as people. He was the first person on the app to go, hey, here's my phone number. Text me. And I was like, whoa. And the first time I called him actually scared me to death, because I called and it was like one ring, and he answered and he's like, hi. And I'm like, oh, hi. So we talked for a little bit, and that was pretty cool. And then, we would randomly just text each other. But I have avoidant personality disorder, so it's hard for me to reach out to people. But I've gotten better, and actually having this whole family has helped me out a lot, because I want to engage more. We talk to each other on a daily basis, on a nightly basis. We're all just integrated into each other's lives. So it's amazing. Like, just from one person, I've gained a whole family. And now we talk to Angel, and, we've all gotten close. And it's just amazing, this tight little knit family that we've created. But then we have a bigger family around. Like, people know us and like see us, and it's crazy that this has happened this way and we've gotten here, but it's amazing at the same time. And I can't thank everybody enough, and these wonderful people on this podcast enough, for being a part of my life and for making me a part of theirs.
Well, that is awesome.
I'm not gonna cry.
Check.
Promise, I'm not gonna cry.
Heart, check the chat, because Michelle has got a couple of things on the chat there for you.
I can't check the chat. The last time I
Well,
checked the
you can-
chat, I ended up out of the room.
All right, I'll pull it up for you then.
Okay. My son loves Toby because he sees him as proof that he can do anything with his autism. Yeah, that is amazing. Reach out to me anytime. I understand. And same for you. I had back in the day, like when I used to do my lives, I'd have all of these, and I used to do my autism mom story times much more often. And I know I need to go back to doing it again because it really got to a lot of people. So I am going to start bringing it back, but it's been hard because of COVID. So, you know, I don't have a whole lot of stories to talk about. My son is going to school and he's doing very well.
Good.
But I used to love the interaction with other autistic parents, and we have our own, like most of our mods or our female mods and Bomber, you know, we have autistic children, all of us together. So it's crazy that I met other parents through this too, that we all can connect on. Our children aren't the same, but they still have autism. So it's a big part of all of us too. And we support and we show love, and, you know, it's amazing. I'm not crying. Well, that's a big joke between me and Khaleesi too, because we're the criers. We're the criers of the group.
Well,
She's already crying.
And it is true, we are.
okay, good. Now that we know that Khaleesi's crying, your turn, Khaleesi.
No.
Hold on.
Okay. That's a really hard story to follow up with because it's kind of the same, but not. I stumbled upon Toby probably. How many fucking tissues did you hand me? Roughly right after he started, and I noticed his autism tattoo. I have one too. Wait, there it is, right there. And like Hart said, a lot of us, the moms that are mods, have autistic children, and we bonded over that. The whole, damn it. Okay. So when I found Toby, it was a very difficult time in my life that I have grown past because he gave me the courage to do so. I was also one of those people that he gave his phone number to, but I was afraid to call it because of this certain situation. But he has always been there, and he will always be there. And I met all of these amazing people because of him. And I can tell you right now that I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for him helping me have a voice and stand up for myself. Okay, can we?
Just remember, though, he did punch you in the boobies.
No,
He booped my boobs.
Oh, he booped your boobs.
Kind of like this. No.
I will fucking punch you. Listen, Toby's small. Oh, you're smaller than me too, so there's that. Listen, Toby is like a big brother to me, and so is Bomber. And Angel is my sister, so I legitimately gained a family all in one fell swoop. Like I gained a family before I even became a mod. I met everybody because of Toby. And then I became a mod and it just got stronger. I have a lot of tissues in my hand. I don't know all of these. I swear. Okay, so you heard that Hart and I are the criers. It is what it is. Somebody say something.
Okay, on that note, I think we'll switch over to Fallen because I think I just saw him wiping a few tears away too.
Well, basically, my story is like completely way different to some of these guys. And I mean, when I first actually got into, I didn't really get to know Toby that well until a few months after he first popped into one of my lives, and I didn't know this guy at all. I had no clue. I'd only just recently started, just managed to get myself up to 1,000K, and I went, and I was on somebody else's live. I was using some friend's live of mine, a friend's live of mine at the time, and Toby came in, and then Toby started following me on my TikTok, and he come in at the moment I was actually on the guitar playing, and he inspired me just to carry on and keep going the way that I did. And when I started looking back at his videos, I actually originally thought he was some sort of like stuntman, because he was throwing himself all over his backyard, into fences, into sheds, garages, bashing himself with these big medicine ball things. And it used to just make me chuckle. And I mean, the one thing I'll never forget with Toby was I asked him one day, and I said to him, "When can I get promoted?" And he said, "You can never get promoted." He says, "Because you'd never be a mod because you're in the UK, you're British." And I thought, well, thanks for that. And I thought, it's fine. You know, I was only messing around at the time, like having a joke and everything else. And then a few days later, he did a live chat, and he went, I think I'm gonna have a look for some European moderators. And then 2 days later, I think I basically got promoted to being a mod. But I mean, I'd already been in the live quite a few times, in many of his lives, and I got to talk with Kim, Bomber, Khaleesi, Shanu, you know, and I've met some amazing friends. I've not physically actually met you guys as of yet, because we had a few sets back when Toby offered to do a fundraiser for me to come over to America for the first reunion, or the family get together. And unfortunately, I couldn't get the time off work at the time, and there was a few other little bits of problems. And then last year, for the reunion just gone, unfortunately we couldn't go because we had started with this COVID in the UK and other places, so I couldn't really make it. And I wish I had it done now. You know, somehow I'd have just swam the ocean just to come and meet these amazing bunch of people you all are. And I will admit, from just going back many times, even when he introduced me to DJ Mira and got me music played on there, one of my fond moments for what Toby did for me, and I'll never forget that, and I'll always thank him for that, for what he did. And he's not just touched my heart. I know he's touched millions of people, even though a lot of them might not follow him. But I know deep down inside his heart, he's got a really good soul, and he just needs to keep that going. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Tony.
You're welcome.
All right, since she's in front of the camera now, Kim.
Hi.
Hello.
Let's see. How did I find Toby? I stumbled across him I want to say during a coffee live about winter, fall of 2018. Not long after he joined. I was on Musically, but not active for a while. And I loved his blunt honesty, realism, you know. And yeah, he'll admit sometimes, yeah, he's an asshole, but you know, it is what it is. We all are. And then I had actually said to Bomber, I said, you gotta check this out. This guy's freaking hilarious. And I can't remember, we saw, you know, it started with the videos of him, you know, slamming into the garage door and all stuff like that. The community guidelines. Well, and then we were in one of his follow lives. And because of one of his follow lives, I ended up actually getting the ability to go live because I had gained like 800 followers out of his live. But I didn't go live right away because I was chicken. And I don't really go live a lot now. Once in a while I will. Kind of just depends what's going on. Lately it's not even possible because I've been too busy. And then it just kind of, you get to know someone the more you're interacting with them. And it was just like, you know, people think Toby's like this TikTok celebrity. And it's like, no, he's just Toby. Like he's him. And you see that when you talk to him one-on-one or when you see him do a podcast and stuff like that. I mean, he'll come up with some crazy zany ideas that probably aren't a good idea. Often.
Usually aren't.
But
Probably.
all the time. And then you have to gauge it by what's going on in the live. But I have to say that what brought me it was how he does his follow lives. I think that he says things that a lot of people don't always realize they need to hear. You know, it's okay to not always be okay. It's okay to feel how you feel. And a lot of times, you know, I myself, the way I was raised, you don't really bitch about it. You just stuff it down and keep going. And there's days where you just don't want to do that anymore. And he reminded us all that it's okay. It's okay not to be on all the time, to have a bad day, to be in your head, but to do what you need to do to get out of it too. Like a lot of people don't have any real idea, see how I could put this, how many people message or reach out to Toby as if he were a counselor. And he's not, and he'll tell you he's not. He deals with his things his way. He can make suggestions, he can give you resources, but it's up to you to reach out and grab them. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. There's times that, I mean, when we talk to him that, he'll get messages, and Angel's gotten them too. And it's like, they're not like certified for that. Like, that's a lot to put on a person. And people seem to kind of tend to forget they're human. They're just people. Yeah, they put a lot of themselves out there. I guess we all do to an extent. But by no means, can they fix what you feel makes you broken. They just maybe learn from them and how they deal with things, loss, anything like that. Anything getting in your head, bad headspace, mental health awareness. He's huge on it. Autism probably bonded us even closer to him because our daughter is also autistic. And, it just, I think it originally started by our two daughters decided to duet him doing Baby Shark, the rock and roll version. And he just loved it. And they just thought he was the greatest thing in the world doing that. So that kind of bonded it even more, I guess, if you'd say. And opened up more conversations. And if Emma sees him when he's live, she's always like, "Hi, Toby," because she thinks if she could see him, he could see her, and he can't. But he says hi to her and stuff like that. And he's always really good about it. I know he always says he's not a person for children and stuff, but you wouldn't know it because he certainly knows how. Hi, Allie. He certainly knows how to interact with children by treating them like people and not like they're less.
Okay.
And that's probably what attracts children to him, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's the long and short of it.
And last but not least,
The favorite bod.
Oh God.
Bomber.
Hi, Angel.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel, don't tell Toby we're doing this because we're going to surprise him with it afterwards.
We have chicken. Anyway, so yeah, like honestly, like how Kim said, I mean, she told me about Toby. I was on the app for a little while, finding my way around as everyone else does when they're first on there. You know, it you know, everybody has their story of why they joined TikTok, you know, and a lot of it is trying to get out of their own headspace or you know, try to find some, you know, you just kind of, I honestly stumbled upon it by reading an article on like on like CNET or something, because you know I'm a geek like that. And I was like, hey, let's check this out. So you know, and then Kim told me about Toby, and I started watching those videos, and I'm like, this guy is like me. This is weird. I can't come up with the comedic timing sometimes that Toby can do, and some of the crazy ideas. But I really like connected with who he was, and what kind of person he is. Yeah, like everybody said it, you know, he's a no nonsense person. He's a person, number one. He's not a celebrity. And same with Angel. She's a person. She can hurt. She can cry. She can love. She can be surprised. She's who she is. And I love them for that. And when the first meetup happened, you know, we didn't expect much. I mean, you know, we were excited, you know, and you know, we knew people from the app, but we didn't know anybody, you know, had a big connection with anybody. And
Just Michelle.
yeah, we knew Miss Michelle, which she comes up to like here on me, so I can just. So we got there, and I mean, I'd been in Toby's lives. We both have been in Toby's lives, and we talked to him and stuff. And like one of my first lives, he actually came in and surprised me, and then sent the army in. And pretty much from that point on, when he came in, he was like, "Sup, fucker." And from that point on, that's how I come into his life. Yeah, I pretty much, we all greet him the same way. It was like, "Sup, fucker." And we started talking through the app and stuff like that. And when we got there, we walked down his driveway, and he's standing over on the side of his driveway talking to people. And I just saw him, and I just yelled out, "Sup, fucker." And he turns around, and somebody had given him a tire thumper. You know, that truck drivers use.
Big
Tire thumper. And he spins around. He's got this thing in his hand. I'm like, "Hi." Go over here. So went over and talked to some people. Now, with his meetups, there's no weapons on his property. I carry. And so he said, you know, if you are going to carry, just come to me and tell me that you have that, and he'll lock it up. And So I said, hey, when you have a second, I need to talk to you. I need it, He's like, okay, what's up? And he's like, well, I need to give you something. Something I didn't know how to kind of say, hey, I need to give you my gun. So I just kind of said, hey, I need to give you something. And he said, what, this? He grabs the back of my head, pulls me in, and plants a big giant kiss on me.
Yep, he did.
He's a very
Passionate,
but soft. He has very tender lips.
Do you need a moment?
I might.
Bye.
Need a moment.
Here, I got you.
Okay.
I was gonna say, it sounds like I'm getting a bit softly.
It was. We shared a moment. But what was even
Richie stole it.
but what was even funnier is I'm looking behind him, and in a chair, sitting right behind him is whoever. And she is taking her. She's like, sees what happens, and she's taking her phone, and it's trying to get this on video. You've got a property full of TikTokers, and nobody got it on video.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was kind of hilarious.
So I pull back. I'm like, well, that was nice and all. Appreciate it. But I still need to give you my gun. He's like, oh, okay, let's go this way. I'm like, she snorted. That was Khaleesi. So last year, I was planning on just surprising him. And I was basically told all the mods that if you hear me go, now, get your phone ready. Then I'm sitting there at the check-in table, and we just kind of all gravitated to that. We're hanging out, and all of a sudden I look over, and here comes Richie with a Vienna sausage in his mouth.
This motherfucker.
And shares a Vienna sausage and a kiss with Toby. I'm like, well, moment's gone. Oh, there's my tissue. So,
Actually, I think you might still be safe on that, Bomber, because I looked at the video and their lips actually did not touch.
yeah, so I'm gonna have to this coming year.
Oh, it's on.
It's on. I'm giving him tongue. Forcefully. I don't care if his lips fall apart. I'm still sticking my tongue in there.
And I say we tie Richie down and make him watch.
Oh yes.
I'll hold him down.
I'm definitely coming in this year.
We just take a whole can of Vienna sausage and shove him in Richie's mouth, and then he can't say anything.
Barbecue flavored.
Barbecue flavored. It's a must.
Or you can get him with the chicken sandwich.
Or a chicken sandwich. So. But
Okay,
yeah,
so I think we've moved past the sentimental phase here, and we've gone straight to the things have gone very weird.
Yes.
So
If you didn't notice, we all say this in the back chat. Bomber makes everything weird.
Not awkward.
Awkward and weird.
Everything is awkward or weird. It doesn't matter what it is. He'll find a way.
Yeah.
These are times that when I wish I was a mod. I really do.
No, you don't.
Trust me, careful what you wish for sometimes. You'll show your whole Facebook to people. I'm still thanking him for that one. I still get requests, and I'm like, no.
I don't know you.
Well, he said me. No.
Yes, my job is I make everything awkward. I make everything awkward mod. I don't want to say I'm the awkward mod because I'm not physically awkward. I mean, sometimes I can be, but I make things weird and awkward. Like
Inappropriate comments.
Inappropriate.
I came, I saw, I made it awkward.
I came, I saw, I made it awkward. That's my motto.
We all have our sort of labels.
Yeah. We got Allie, who is the fun size mod. We've got Tam Trigger.
I don't have one.
We've got Hart the Glamazon. We got Khaleesi is the feisty. Wrath kind of comes in with also the awkward, inappropriate.
Oh,
I mean, we kind of tag team. Wait,
Tag team.
Again with
we kind of tag team things with your with certain things. Who says that?
Grimlock when you're in drag.
Oh,
Yes, I do drag every once in a while.
Glitters, your friend.
And I get glitter thrown on me.
No, slapped on you. It's not thrown.
And my daughter, who is 18 years
Your
old,
face.
one of my daughters that's 18 years old, decided to draw a phallic-like symbol on my face during my live. Penis, if
You're
you will.
welcome.
But there's that.
Artistic freedom.
Yes. Hard is trying really hard. What does Allie say?
Angel and I are dying with this.
Does Allie still need?
Yes.
Okay, so we each have picked thousands of memories that we can come up with of things that have happened in Tubby's lives that just we'll never forget. So I'll start with one. This actually just happened a few weeks ago, and it involves something happening to a TV.
Oh,
And
Let's take
the-
into it.
it was all
the pure fear in his voice as he had to make that message for Angel.
See what
and-
happened was
Am I the only one that heard the actual fear of death in his voice when he did that?
No,
oh,
absolutely not.
don't get it twisted. Toby may be a badass, and he's probably kicked a lot of ass in his life.
But he's terrified
The
of
thing that
Angel.
he fears more is Angel.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
his kryptonite. He fears that, but we love it.
And we use it.
Oh yeah,
Why we're
It's time.
our Team Angel.
Yeah.
not me.
Yes, you are.
No,
Hold
not-
on.
Angel.
I renounced my
Bullshit.
my
Under
statement
duress, my ass.
under duress of I feel it coming again. See this? It's I'm
You're
giving
not
this,
wearing a hat. I can't feel it.
I'm giving the stare.
Team
Imagine the
Angel.
stare you're getting from her right now.
Team Angel. Say it. Say it.
Angel is a sweetheart.
Whose team are you on?
Angel is a sweetheart. I love her to death. She gives the best hugs.
She does.
And that was also another
I'm most excited about.
when I first met them at the first meetup, and I said something to Angel because she was like running around like a chicken with her head cut off. Too soon? But I said, hey,
Years before they had chickens.
I said, hey, when you have a moment, I want to say hi. So she's like, give me a minute. And then she's like, gone. So later on in the afternoon, she was like, all of a sudden I was walking down towards the driveway and all of a sudden I hear, Bomber! I whip around and she's standing there and she's like, okay. So I run over and give her a big giant hug, and she dubbed them bomber hugs, and that I give the best hugs, but she gives the best hugs because it's just it's not the A-frame hug like, hey, how's it going? No, it's all in there. It's
all in.
It's deep. Okay, I made it too awkward.
Bye, Bomber.
Bye, Bomber.
Way to make it weird, Bomber.
Appreciate it, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Look,
Okay, so good. I'm not the only one that was able to see the pure scare that it was in his voice the other night.
Oh,
No.
of course not.
There have been many moments like that where we've seen it.
Well, I'm sure.
He yelled
some-
at us not to tell her because we have access to her behind the scenes during his lives, and sometimes may or may not feel the need to intervene on certain situations. So we will make a SOS on the back end, and sometimes he was like, "Don't tell Angel," and we've already done it 5 minutes ago. It's way too late for that.
Oops, my bad.
It's on video.
It's okay.
Allie.
Love you,
Love you, Allie.
We love your face.
All right, guys. Well, I really appreciate y'all coming on the show tonight. I do. And I feel like even though I'm not a mod, you guys are my family also. So I do appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. And I know that this is going to be, oh, I just realized something. Grimlock's in here.
Yeah.
Oh,
A lot of this is going to end up on being on TikTok tomorrow. I have a feeling. So
Pretty safe to say.
yeah.
Yay.
So
Real quick, I want to say probably my favorite, and I could probably say a lot of the mods that were in there that night's favorite Toby Live situation was actually something that had to do with Angel. We all know that once Tigger goes outside and it's wet out, he comes in like a bolt of lightning. And they switched the dogs out. Tigger went outside. It was a little wet. He came in, Toby's sitting there, and from the doorway, this dog launched. Now, it's a good 6 feet from the threshold of the doorway to where Angel was sitting. The dog didn't land.
Landed in Angel's arm.
He landed in Angel's face. And it was right after the same actual day that she got Joseph's tattoo on her arm. And it made an imprint on the pillow that she was leaned up against. Some of the ink actually transferred to the pillow. But to see this dog flying through the air, and that's where the fur missile came from, landing basically inside of Angel.
That was a good one.
That was the time that it's like, if I could reverse time and be able to hit screen record.
Right?
Yeah, that wasn't predicted at all.
It will never ever be that same exact thing will never repeat itself again.
And we have so many screen recordings of various Toby lives.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes.
And I gotta say too, like starting way back then till now, I've seen Toby in a mirage of various places of Toby. Like I've been in there. He's, he makes you laugh, he makes you cry, he makes you, like just really heartfelt situations where he's really deep and feeling it, and it comes right through, and everybody else feels it too. So, it's crazy to think back on all of the lives. Like we've probably been in dozens of lives, and every time you don't know what's going to happen.
no.
No.
We
Even
don't
as
know what
mom, we don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what version of Toby we're going to get.
Nope.
Yeah, we don't
Yes,
know.
get told ahead of time when he goes live. Don't ask us.
No.
Yeah.
That is something that needs to be put
You
out there.
know when we
None
know,
of us know.
and the only lives we ever know about are his follow lives, and as everyone knows, those don't happen that often.
Right.
And that's because he needs to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Now this makes me feel good, and this is just me.
Aw.
Aww.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you, Angel. Okay. Tony, you got anything you want to add here?
Every time I've been in his life, there's always something stupid or funny happen. And I agree with these guys. The best one was with Tigger, for me, to be fair.
Okay.
Apart from when Tam the chicken decides that she's going to try and interrupt his lives.
That's Tam for you, both chicken and person.
Yes, Tam the chicken's got to have a little bit of a showboat on screen.
I think
Oh, that face you're making.
I think another one too that a lot of us miss because he doesn't do it anymore is his coffee lives when we'd all go on car trips.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And he would take us with him to work every morning, and we'd all be like, "Okay, I claim the hood, I claim the back seat. We're going on a ride in the Toyota Malibu." That's the Toyota Malibu. Not a lot of people know about the Toyota Malibu. We all know.
Toyota Malibu SE.
I miss the coffee lives. I really do, because I used to just put that on and sit it beside my desk and listen to that while I was working every morning.
Listen, I started watching his coffee lives when I was on the West Coast, and y'all were 3 hours ahead of me. So I got up super early just to watch those.
What was even funnier sometimes is he would literally wake up and then go on live before he even drank his first cup of coffee. So you would see Toby in like rare morning form.
And
Pre-coffee.
you know,
Yeah.
after a cup or two of coffee and no cigarettes.
Running out of cigarettes.
Running out of cigarettes. No.
And Angel had his car.
No cigarettes and no way to get any.
It was just, someone get the man the cigarette.
The
He was just in
coffee
a
live where he was like, I'm gonna try some. What was it called?
Pre-workout.
Pre-workout. Oh God.
That's probably one of my favorite.
The
That's
very
my favorite.
live.
Yeah.
That was
That was a lot.
a chore and a half for all of us.
That was
We were all in the background on the chat screaming, "Oh God, no! Oh God, no!" But it was too late.
I knew none of us had had enough coffee for that.
And again, people, no, we did not know. We're the whole time sitting there going, I thought you had a beer at this point, okay?
Toby, you what? No, Tobias, step back from the pre-workout. You're done.
I think there was a morning that actually he was going to do the pre-workout and couldn't find it, and he thought Angel had actually thrown
And
it
he did
out.
it from himself.
He hid it
And
from
hid it from himself in the drawer. He was so mad at Angel, he was like cussing her out pretty much, and then he went back in there and had to apologize to her
Oh, yes, he did.
because he thought she had thrown it out.
He
Somebody
forgot
else,
during one of his lives, he hid it in the drawer.
he hid it in his desk drawer, in his desk cabinet.
Yeah.
Yep, he hid it from himself for that specific reason.
Mhm.
He knew his limit and then was like, oh, wait, no.
And it's kind of funny that it's called Broken Arrow, because that's the same thing. It's like a warning when you lose a nuclear missile.
Warning.
You have a broken arrow.
Don't have any more.
All right, guys. Well, I think it's about time for us to wrap this up for the night. So I really appreciate you.
Amazing.
Yes, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming.
Pleasure.
Tam, if you would, could you send, or somebody send a link to the podcast to Toby?
Absolutely.
Yep.
I love y'all's faces.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
We'll see you live.
Appreciate it. Bye
Everybody else
bye.
have a positive, peaceful day.
Weird.
Stay weird, motherfuckers.
Positively weird. That's what we are.